oh yeah, SARMs don't do anything, you may as well just take a full-blown cycle. Hey guys, Fitness Science here. Have you ever heard anyone or read online, oh nah bro, SARMs doesn't shut you down. It's all just SARMs. It doesn't shut down your natural production. Well, it does shut you down. This crazy study looked at testosterone propionate versus 4 non-steroidal SARMs, so non-steroidal in structure, that they gave to rats and that the researchers created. Now, the compounds were administered to the rats subcutaneously, and the most interesting part of this study was the breakdown between FSH and LH, the gonadotropins in the rats that directly show how suppressed the HPT axis is. Luteinizing hormone is the key gonadotropin that is released by the pituitary gland from higher up signaling from the hypothalamus that directly acts on the Leydig cells in the testicles to create testosterone. And it's been well known for a while that testosterone directly suppresses the HPT axis as well as other steroids. And obviously TESP in the study significantly suppressed LH. But what was interesting was that SARMs 1 and 4, the stronger SARMs in the study that the researchers created, directly suppressed luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone, basically to a similar degree to testosterone. And the truth about SARMs is that they do shut you down. Everyone who's like, nah, it doesn't matter, you know, like my natural production of testosterone is not affected. Well, guess what? It actually is. In fact, SARMs in this study have a direct suppressive effect on the HPT axis. And for the young guys out there taking SARMs, thinking that it's not going to affect your testosterone levels and in some way safer, it's actually not true. They can suppress you, and it can be a long road back to HPT axis recovery if you do decide to take SARMs and your endogenous production is shut down for a long period of time. What was also interesting is how selective these SARMs were. You also see another argument online, oh yeah, SARMs don't do anything, you may as well just take a full-blown cycle. But actually, the SARMs that these researchers created were actually incredibly specific for binding into the androgen receptor with very high affinity. And increasing the dose of these SARMs did not cause the usual thing to happen, which should have happened on testosterone. You see, if you take 250 milligrams of testosterone and then you bump it up to like a gram of test, what should usually happen is, yes, you'll get the anabolic effect, but you also get the androgenic effect, which is why steroids are called anabolic and androgenic performance-enhancing drugs. Usually the prostate weight increases as well as the seminal vesicles, but they didn't increase in the rats when the SARMs dosage was increased, which should happen usually with anabolic steroids. It didn't happen in the rats. What this is essentially saying is that the SARMs have a very high and strong binding affinity for the androgen receptor only, and anabolic effects are a lot more heavily favored than androgenic effects with these SARMs. But in the rats, the muscle mass that they were measuring kept increasing with increasing dosage. Now, why is all of this important? Because the fact that the SARMs didn't increase the weight of usually androgenic tissues, such as the prostate, was proof that their anabolic selectivity remained really high. In fact, SARM number 4, the 4th SARM created by these researchers, had a potency of only 0.3 in androgenic tissues, whereas testosterone always has an androgenic potency and anabolic of 1 for both. So the 4th SARM only had 30% of the androgenic activity that testosterone does. And SARM number 4 actually had higher anabolic activity than testosterone itself. So all the guys who are like, yeah bro, it doesn't matter, just do a cycle, it's way better for you and it gets more results than SARMs, they don't do anything. Well, this is direct proof that SARMs actually are very selective for anabolic tissue, and certain SARMs are incredibly capable of putting on a large amount of muscle mass. The only issue is some people out there think that SARMs don't shut you down. Yeah, it won't shut down my endogenous production at all. My natural testosterone will still be high when I come off. Well, this study proves otherwise. Be careful out there, guys, on SARMs. This is a small truth about SARMs, and I feel like this information should be out there for all of you guys, because the truth is the HPT axis is very fragile, and a bit of suppression can take a long time to recover from. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Fitness Science. I'll see you in the next video.